Happy Tuesday. How you doing? Well, I won a YouTube battle. I appealed something and I won. Surprised it got back to me this quick. It had to do with a age restriction that they tacked on to my Happy Monday Part 2 video yesterday. When it went up, I saw age restriction. I got a notification. We added an age restriction to your video due to content violated. What the fuck? I thought maybe it was because I talked about, you know, weed, alcohol, how I view the effects of people, how their behavior can be diametrically opposed to each other based on how much alcohol they have in them, how many Uncle Brian lifters they're smoking. I said, it can't be that. I mean, Sunday night when I was having a lot of fun here, I admit a couple too many Uncle Brian lifters. I tell you what, man, from not smoking cigarettes for a while now, man, yesterday, I was coughing my fucking brains up. I mean, Sunday night, I fucking showed it. I mean, I'm like, whoa, don't want to lose that lifter. That's the only time it's a weekend thing. People have their few drinks. I have a few Uncle Brian lifters. Hey, I like that fun too. I'm like, I showed it, so it couldn't be for that. Why'd they put a fucking age restriction? Anyway, so I appealed it. And you type in reason, and I typed in. And I thought, well, maybe it had to do with, so I kind of ruled that out, or else they would have nailed me for that Sunday night, right? Or even taking the video down if they felt it was that harmful to children. And so maybe it had to do with what I showed on the Facebook feed that I showed. You know, women with big titties and shit. But then I'm saying to myself, well, it couldn't be that. Hold on. Okay, so that was important. I'm heading off to the VTH in a little while. Someone reminding me of something. Where was I? It couldn't be that because every kid these days has a fucking Facebook account. They got a smartphone or a laptop. They have access to the internet. It's being viewed by the public regardless of age. So it couldn't be that. I mean, thinking. And find a kid today, doesn't have a smartphone, computer, or a laptop, or internet, Facebook account. Try to find a kid like that is like going to a NASCAR race and trying to find a redneck woman that doesn't have a black eye and bruises all over her fucking thighs. You got a better chance of finding Waldo, you know what I'm saying? So it can't be that. What the fuck could it be? So I figured, well, maybe that was it. They viewed it as nudity. I know nudity can be, you know. So I filed an appeal. And I put what I posted in my video was what I got directly from Facebook that's being viewed by the general public regardless of age. So what is your problem with it here? With a question mark. Then I got to think, thank you for your appeal process. Will take up to 72 hours and we'll let you know on our decision. I got one back pretty quick. After further review, your video does not violate our community standards, and they removed the age restriction on it. Now, another thing. I've been hearing things recently, and this actually doesn't even concern me. It concerns a guy that I happen to think the guy's a pretty nice guy, even though I don't really know him well. From what I know about him, he seems like a pretty decent guy. And I'm trying to think of the right way to say this so I won't sound disrespectful. You know, some people are what they call a lonely soul. They have a real good heart. They don't try to take advantage of people. And they may be a little slow in some ways, a little too nice for their own good, and people will take advantage of them, you know. And I heard that Wilbur and them have been attacking this fucking guy. I guess they need to do something on their live streams. I guess maybe I'm not enough for them anymore, you know. But even then, I've said it before, I'll say it right now. I don't even take these, I don't take them serious for one thing. I don't take it personal. Because if it's not me, it's somebody else. Long before me and long after me, you know. I guess it makes them feel good about themselves. You know, it makes them feel important. Makes them feel like they're accomplishing something, which they're not. But hey, if that's what they want to think, let them. Don't deprive them of their fun. You know, let them. But if not me, someone else. So that's why. You know, it doesn't matter what they say, what they think about me. Because they do it to other people. Now me, I can take care of myself in various ways. Some people, though, due to what they are, they can be a little timid, and they can be easily bullied. And I don't like to see that happen, you know. Some of you know, some of you may not know. What set you off, Uncle Brian? Well, I saw a guy get bullied that didn't deserve it. A guy that I happen to call a friend, and I don't... Hold on, my VTH there, so... Sorry, hold on. I gotta write something. You asked me to pick up something on the way. Okay, so I don't forget. You know, the guy did a lot for Sanford. A lot of work that was done on Baby Border Rocket. Hold on a second. Okay, sorry about that. I had to make a call. I wasn't quite clear on something in the text. So I wanted to call to confirm it to make sure of something. You know, even what, 6 years with that car? You know, still never in that 10, never will. That claim's already been abandoned. And it wasn't done with any of his engine build. You know, nitrous will do a lot for a car. I know a lot of guys I know personally, they don't like nitrous. They're like, it's cheating. Nitrous is for people that can't build a fast engine. You know, a lot of guys don't take kindly to nitrous. They're like, oh man, no, I put time, money, effort into my engine, you know, put good parts in. You know, it runs that 10. I got this guy that comes around with a fucking junk engine, just pumps a 200 shot of nitrous into it to its breaking point, it's ready to blow up. And a car that's all fucking gutted out, and it's a 4-door piece of shit. You know what I mean? They call them cheaters. That's what I hear. I have my own opinion on that as well. Lamb Shop did a lot of work on that car. A lot of work on that car. Besides laying on its back, you know, on gravel, scraping, you know, 20 pounds of undercoating off at Sanford had to save that weight and this and that. And he did a lot. Sanford used him for content. And the guy was not in the best of health. You know, I'm not saying anything bad. People know. He said his ups and downs in his battle with cancer. And he said his low points in his health with chemo. So sometimes the chemo alone can. That's what my sister went through. And I remember her telling me, Brian, man, sometimes the chemo makes me feel worse than the cancer itself. I'd rather just die and get it over with. Well, she stopped suffering last March. You know, it's not easy. You know, and then we all know what Sanford did to him. We all know what Sanford did to him. Kicked him when he was down. That Stubby guy, you know, people have their issues with drugs, drug addiction, and it changes them. They reach low points in life. Sanford kicked him when he was down. We know Al got a good kick in the teeth from Sanford. And there have been many others, you know. So I don't like people that kick people when they're down, that are not really fully able to defend themselves. To me, that's a bully. And now I've been hearing they've been doing that to Rich 220. He pops in here on occasion. He seems like a real nice guy. Always polite, friendly. And I really didn't know much about him. Just in, conversations. But I never watch any of his. I don't watch anybody's videos. Even Will will tell you. I don't even watch Will's videos. Nothing personal. He knows. I can't sit here. I don't know how people can sit on YouTube all day and just watch other people's videos. I don't know how the fuck they can do that. If someone can, wait for Sunday night to listen to Sanford the Act for 2 fucking hours. Even then, I hear you don't get a whole lot of people that want to go out their way. Might get 3,000-4,000 views, and that's just views. All you're going to do is watch for so many seconds it counts as a view. Don't mean they're sitting there for 2 hours listening to him yak about all kinds of nonsense and bragging on himself. And I heard recently he did a documentary of his life history, his humble beginnings, and all his very successful businesses in New York and blah, 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 blah. And showing where he started out with in storage lockers and all. Anyway, I heard something about that. And at any given time, if you pop in, might only be maybe 200-300 people in there actually participating. It was always 330. It was always 300,000 subs. Where the fuck are they? You know what I mean? Numbers don't lie, man. Numbers do not lie. He's not all that in a bag of potato chips like he wants people to think he is. And, Big Will, I guess, having a pretty good topic of conversation. Hey, I'm glad. I'm glad it gives them some content so that maybe, from what I understand on Big Wolver's live streams too, 30 or 40 people or something like that. Yeah, he's real popular too, And it's just the same usual, pickle sniffers. It's the same people every week. Same people. But I've never taken it personal. Because I know if it's not me, it's going to be somebody else. And I don't take them serious to begin with. I don't take them serious, and I don't take it personal, because if it's not me, they do it to other people too. I guess it makes them feel good about themselves. Feel important, like they're actually going to accomplish something. And I hear that they've been dogging that Rich guy. And sometimes I have to admit, sometimes people, they maybe put out things they really shouldn't to the public, whether it's on Facebook or whatever. I see it on Facebook, man. Every time somebody will break up with their girlfriend or boyfriend, they're on there crying the fucking blues, looking for sympathy and shit. Every little ache and pain, they had to announce it to the Facebook world. Really, I'll get into a few personal things here and there, but there are things that I won't go near. In fact, even looking back on things, I've done some things I regretted. My grandson Artemis, when I was at my daughter's house that Sunday, I did a few little things. I put it up, and in fact, I'm thinking about taking it down. I really shouldn't put my family members out. That's why I don't do it with Auntie Billy. Kenny, you didn't see his face. Although you have in the past on Mother Sharon when I was at a shop getting some work done. He was there. Dean was there. You saw them right there with me. We were talking and shit. In fact, I think Kenny was doing both of these. And Kenny's right there. We're talking. And Dean was in the doorway there. He was talking, And but there were other things involving the club that, that stays out of public view. And there are valid reasons for it. My family. At one time, Auntie Billy, a long time ago, used to sit in on videos with me here. And then guys can be guys, hey, baby, sit on my face, this and that. And I said, it's not their fault. It's my fault. I exposed her to this, knowing full well that there are people that don't like me. Because they know they can't get to me. I don't give a fuck. They figured the only way they're going to make me upset is to pick on her and insult her. And I said, you know what? I should have never put her in this situation. It's my fault, not theirs. I should expect this from these people, especially knowing what kind of people they are. So I put a stop to that. But sometimes, you know, when I heard he was... Anyway, I wanted to find out a little bit more about this guy when I started hearing this. I said, well, maybe there's a reason. Sometimes, yeah, some people, you know, get what they fucking deserve when they're on there making big claims for projects. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And sub my channel, watch, they're begging for subs and views, trying to fucking hustle money off people, trying to sell them hats and t-shirts and books and junk they got laying around. And they're scamming, you know, for money, for money, for money, for money. Take advantage of people. So I went and I watched a few of his videos. And only a little suggestion for what it's worth. There are some things that the public does not need to know. It's an old saying, you invite a shark to dinner, expect to get bit. And sometimes people can inadvertently ring the dinner bell. So some real personal things, even maybe a financial matters or things like that, you may not really need to have everybody know about it. Because how these people are, they'll come back and attack you with it. You know what I mean? And I thought to myself, this guy just seems like a really good-natured guy, and he seems a bit lost in the world. You know? People can often do things out of loneliness. Look on Facebook, all the Facebook romances. They're hooking up with people in other countries, other parts of this country they'll never fucking meet, but they have an online dating relationship. And sometimes I think about it and I kind of giggle. Then I think about there are people that maybe they're just that lonely, and the way their life situation is, that's the only form of connection, of companionship they can have with people. And if it helps them in their life, then maybe there's nothing really wrong with it. Although some people do get burned. You know, I personally know a woman that she was in that situation here in the city, and hooked up with a guy in Sweden. They communicated for like about a year. We're gonna meet. Oh yeah, I'd go and meet you, but I don't have the money for a passport and to get luggage and for plane fare. Anyway, she sent him money. But it's, you know, some of them will take the money and run. This guy didn't. He fucking showed up here. She wishes he hadn't. He got his visa, bought luggage, all that, got a plane ticket, arrived here. She married him like 3 days later. Just out of, I don't know, desperation. Sometimes desperation can make people do some pretty strange things. 3 days later, they went to Justice of the Peace, got married. And now he stayed in the country. 6 months later, he was in prison. Tried to fucking kill her. That was a fucking psycho. That was a total fucking psycho. Tried strangling her in her sleep. She ended up in the hospital. Police, he got arrested. Went to trial. He's serving like 15 to 20 for attempted murder. Up at Bridgewater, up near, halfway to Boston. In that prison facility. And I'm seeing them, you know, what I hear, you know, picking on him, making fun of him. Oh, he can't do nothing. He's got a 283 and a 57 Chevy. He was asking for help, and Big Wolver and the rest of them now, they're talking shit about him and, you know, making fun of him and picking on him, bullying him. I think because they know that the way he is, they'll get away with it. He won't really, you know, respond. And if anyone's wondering why I feel bad for a guy like this, and now I hear they're dragging his financial situation into things to try to humiliate him with that. If anyone's wondering why I feel bad for this guy, that I guess needs money. But yeah, I don't feel bad for the Crypt Keeper, and I get on his old decrepit ass and mock and ridicule his old decrepit ass. It's because we're talking apples and oranges here. This rich guy is not on here to hustle people for money. He's not asking people for donations, set up a GoFundMe. It's fucking Crypt Keeper. begging for subs, begging for views. And then, in order to build his channel, because he watched his previous channel, I'm not going to get into that, it would take too long. You already know about that anyway. Using sick, suffering, dying children at St. Jude's Hospital for Children. Using that as fucking bait. With a big claim of fucking 318 engine to make 318 horsepower. He hasn't touched it in a fucking year. Nothing's been done to it except the guy in Florida that got to his wits' end with those heads and they're still sitting there. That's the difference. That's the difference. You know, people can do the same thing, but the motivation behind it is diametrically opposed. Like saying, fuck. Fuck you. It can be offensive, or it can be a little term of endearment. Hey, we do it as guys, right? Get out of here. Fuck you, man. Fuck you, man. Get out of here. Or walk up to someone. Fuck you. You're saying fuck you. What's the difference? One is something you're going to laugh about with friends. The other fuck you is going to be followed by a punch in the fucking face. There's violent intent behind that fuck you. Whereas, not with the other. Catch my drift? So anyway, yeah. But, that's how these guys are. You know? That's how these guys are. They're going to continue to be what they are. See, I accept that. I know that. It doesn't surprise me. That's why I laugh at them. No matter what they say about me, no matter what they do. I'm just going to sit back and laugh because what's going on in their mind is vastly opposed to what's going on in mine. Their motivation versus mine. Where they think they're actually going to get somewhere. And I know they're not. It's as simple as that. Okay, that's it for today. And I got to get going to the VTH. I took a little more time than I should have. I got to leave in about 15 minutes. I would have been able to leave in about, you know, if I hadn't yacked this long, I would have had more time. But everything's pretty much set to go. I just got to get a few things ready and head out in about 15 minutes. So have a great day. Have fun and stay safe.